Welcome back, everybody, to the cafe, guys. Here we are again tonight, jumping into an Idaho 4 conversation, guys. We're going back and looking at the 4chan posts, rehashing those to see if there's any relevancy to what we know now based on what they put out in those posts back then. I've had a lot of requests for people asking me about these, if I've looked into these, if we could look into these, so on and so forth. So here we are. We're going to do this tonight. We're not going to be in here too long tonight, guys. This won't be a long one, but I do want to do this with you guys and see if anything matches up to what we are knowing, what we think we know at this point now, what's been put out, what matches up, what doesn't, so on and so forth, that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for joining us. Please make sure to hit that like button if you will. And guys, share it out. Let everybody know what we're doing. That being said, here we go. Here we go. All right, we be back. We be back. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you, Wisdom, for that. Guys, please make sure if you have not yet done it, of course, if you want to hit that subscribe button here, hit the notification bell so that we don't miss nothing, so that you don't miss nothing that we do. I'm sorry. Because it's been a lot lately, and I've been enjoying it so very much. Come on in, grab a seat, guys. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, and please sit down and have a conversation about me. It's going to be interesting tonight because we're going to be rehashing and reviewing those old 4chan posts that were put out shortly thereafter, for a while after the murders took place in Idaho. And a lot of us kind of dismissed them back then as BS. But are they? Do we know that? Things have changed a lot now in this case. You know, it's what we know and what we've seen and what we believe at this time. So we're going to look through them and see what makes sense and doesn't make sense, if anything at all, guys. You never know. It could be a big old nothing burger, or it could be something. So we're going to look through that and see what we come up with amongst whatever else we talk about. You know how that goes. And of course, as always, I'll leave this open for anybody that wants to join me in here. I always enjoy having these conversations live with whoever wants to be live with me. I like to hear voices, opinions, feelings, thoughts, and all that. So as always, let's do it. Welcome in, everybody. And thank you for being here tonight with us on this Saturday night. It is April, May 5th, May 3rd already. I'm sorry. May 5th is stuck in my head because we do have that closed hearing coming up in Idaho. And then on the 15th, we have the pretrial hearing. So it should be interesting. The next month or so is going to start to, I think, pile up with some stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Come on in. Let's see. There's 42 of you in here so far. 21 likes. Let's try to make that match, guys. Lily Rose, welcome back to you. Miss Rowena, great to see you. Cougar 1970, hello. Alicia J, so great to see you. Miss Tandy in here with Seahawks fan. Yvonne Poole, welcome back. Sally Shepardson. Kelly Coker, great to see you all. The Mountain Mama is in the house. Great to see you here tonight. Brandy B, the OG. Great to see you. Kent Kearney, welcome back, my friend. The lovely Miss Wisdom speaks in the house. Great to have you here. Angel D, what's going on, Angel? All the way from down under. Dagburn, Johnny Gobble's dead floozy mama's in the house. Welcome back to you. Great to see you. Let me see here. Miss Paula Fitzhenry, wonderful to see you, Miss Paula. Always a pleasure. Always an honor to see you in the house. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Wisdom. Clifton Mayo's back in the house tonight. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Eddie, welcome back, Eddie. I knew you was going to join me, buddy. Good to see you. I was hoping Jesse might pop in too. It might be too much into his time frame for his job. Yeah, please be safe, Miss Wisdom. I know it's raining here and gloomy. It's been that way all day. Some people are getting some stronger stuff. Welcome, Jeff. Good to see you tonight, bud. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Come on in, everybody. Grab a seat. Get comfortable, please, and thank you. Tomorrow, Sally, they're gonna or it's Monday. Monday, they're having a sealed hearing via video, like a video hearing. I don't know 100% what it is, but we may know about what the outcome of it is after the fact if they drop some documents on it. Idaho's back in the house tonight. Good to see you guys. Make sure to share this out, please, and please hit that like button when you come through the door, guys. We got 51 of you guys in here so far, and only 28 likes. We can do a little better than that, guys. Let's pretend like you like me just a little, please, and thank you if you would, so we can get this in that algorithm. All we got to do is that 100 likes, and that'll be up in the algorithm, and everybody gets to see it. So please do that if you could. Plus, that helps to get you guys notifications when I do go live. And please feel free to leave a comment, guys. I always love seeing your comments. I try to respond to as many as I can, if I can. So please do that too, if you will. All right. Yeah, we're only going to do that. We'll be in here because it won't take us long. We're only going to be here for a couple hours, guys. I don't want to drag everybody's Saturday night and have you in here all night long. I'm sure you got other things you'd like to do. Come on down. 60 in the house, 36 likes. We're getting there. The link is pinned as always in the chat. Ruby Slippers, welcome back. Great to see you. Lily Rose. Same to you. Same to you. Great to see you. So very grateful to have y'all here. I appreciate you guys very much. And I want to, Cat Lover, welcome back to you. I want to say thank you to all the people that have recently donated memberships to the channel, donated to the channel, all that stuff, guys. That's absolutely amazing. And mostly and most importantly, guys, the support for the channel that everybody has shown, that means everything. It does. That other stuff is important and we're grateful for it. We don't ever expect it, but it does keep my channel going. So thank you for all that. I want everybody to know how grateful we are as a whole for everybody that has done all that stuff. Thank you so much for that. Do we have Miss Kiki in the house, Swamp Rose? If you're here, good to see you. Whitney Stone, thank you for joining us. Miss Sherry's back in the house tonight. Hey to you, good to see you tonight. Come on in, guys. Give us a few to get started, everybody. I want to make sure everybody gets in before we get rolling. I don't want to get anybody stuck behind. I think that's what was said. Kent, I'm not 100%, but I think. Yes, we have two Sherrys in here. Miss Wisdoms, that's her name too. It's spelled a little different. 63 peeps in the house, 41 likes. It's getting there, guys. Thank you for that. Let's keep it going. And share this out again. Make sure everybody knows what we're doing. Let them know. Come on in. We got plenty of room. I'm glad you're feeling better, Angel. I hope it stays that way. I've seen a lot of people were getting sick again. That sucks. Pray for all you guys and make sure that you're healthy. I love this channel. It has the same people, literally family. Well, that's awesome, Sherry. We love it. We love you too. We appreciate you very much. Welcome, Chick Bait. Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Come on in. And again, thank you to the people that are just, as they call it, out there lurking. I appreciate you all just as much as everybody in chat. Thank you guys for that. And you guys are just as. Absolutely, Angel. Of course. Well, that's a fact. We don't think about it until something happens. And yeah, I would never want to see anything happen to anybody. Um, I worry about everybody that comes in this community, and when I don't see people for a while, it bugs me a little bit. I start to wonder. So I'm glad that you're doing better. I really am. Thoughts and prayers always to all of you. Can you not hear me, Sherry? Oh, we're getting there. 74 peeps now, 51 likes. It's getting there. Hey, Brandy B, good to see you. How about now, guys? How's the sound now? I'm gonna have to test it again, see how it works. Testing, testing. Let me see. All right. How about now? Does it sound good? Not going in and out. Everything's good. Okay, I need to get this other microphone hooked up somehow and start using that one. I don't know. Something's up with this one, I think. It might be wearing out. I don't know. Well, that should equal one, Jeff. Because once you hit it more than once, it turns it back off. So if you hit it the third time, it'll bring it back on. Angel Bonds, good to see you tonight. 10-4. Okay. Okay, we're good. Good. Eddie says, Kent and me. I think the first time we learned anything about the sealed remote hearing was April 30th, so we don't even know what its purpose is, right? I don't know. I don't know if he's coming in tonight or not. He might be working. Just he's in Thailand. So when like it's 7:57 p.m. here, it's like way the other side. Can you hear me now? I don't know why this keeps doing this. How does it sound now? What's up, Mikey? Yeah, I have to stay right on the microphone, I guess. I'll get it switched out here soon, you guys. I have another microphone over here I'm going to start using. Once I get the right cord for it. 86 people in the house, 59 likes. We're getting there. Good evening, Borg. Good to see you tonight. It's 6:59 a.m. in Thailand, so Jesse is in bed right now, probably, or just getting out of bed. Sometimes I mute myself if there's noises going on behind me, so you guys don't have to hear it. So that could, yeah, he does live in Thailand, Sherry. He's originally from Canada, and he moved there, I think, because of his wife, and he loves it there. That's where his permanent residence is now. So beautiful country too, from what I've seen. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, like I said, guys, tonight, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with what 4chan is. Okay, it's like a subreddit type thing, and within Reddit, it's like another channel within Reddit, I believe. And when the murders went down in 2022, within days, there were posts being put up into this thing called 4chan. Again, it's a subreddit per se. Okay, so at that point, these things started getting put out. People started talking about it. There's a lot of ignorant, really ignorant stuff that people were putting in there about the victims. It was horrible. So a lot of us just avoided it and just ignored a lot of it. Okay. But welcome, Jane. Good to see you tonight or this morning for you, 1 a.m. Wonderful to have you here. And Pamela, hello. There was a lot of very, as Pamela just said, welcome, Pamela, very bizarre and weird things that were being stated. But I was going through some of them last night with some of my Blue Crew. We were in the Discord doing what we do, talking about the cases and this case and what we believe about certain things. And I said, would you think I'd be a good show for us to do that, to go like revisit the 4chan stuff and see if any of it matches up to anything that we know about now? Some of it is, what, in my opinion, they throw some conspiracy stuff in there. They make it out to be something. They say some really sick stuff in there. against the victims, so I won't be pulling those ones up. The ones that seem like they're grounded and they make some sense are the ones I want to review tonight with you guys and see if they match up to this. Truly is what it's about. So, oh, it's not hard, chick bait. Cat lover, that's funny. I never go on Smashley Banfield, but I did today and lasted 3 minutes before I blasted her in the comments. WTF. Now BK is in love with his professor because Bloom said so, and DM and BF are trauma. Yeah, right. And that was another thing I was gonna maybe review was the his professor responded to the DT show and see depends on how much time. Like I said, I don't plan on being here very long, but because my granddaughter is going to be here tonight with me, so I do have to do that. She wants to watch movies, and that's going to be our thing. So, but we're here for a couple hours at least. We'll see. And if we don't review the other thing tonight, we can always hit it tomorrow or the day after. No big deal. The girls were awake and heard everything was on right to an extent. Well, see, but there was one. There was one specific 4chan post that I saw that really caught my attention, especially now. And I said, I would like to read this with them, talk about it. And it was put up by somebody that at some point was looked at very hardly from the public here as a suspect, Jack Showalter. And I'll be honest with you, I had my own doubts about him from the beginning at first, but we looked at everybody. So I don't know. And there's some interesting stuff with it. There really is. There we go. We're starting to get there. Now there's 101 of you guys in here now. 66 likes, guys. See if we can make that match, that number match, and we'll be in that algorithm without fail. Welcome back, your favorite uncle. Good to see you on this Saturday night. Virginia Wolf, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Virginia says the Papa Rogers and 4chan stuff is very interesting. It is. And there's a lot of Facebook posts and other things that have been loaded with that stuff as well. Molly Lacey, welcome and good to see you tonight. Molly got some of that together. Tomboy sent some of that over, so we got together and put some of it. I'm gonna kind of scan through and see what we're gonna put out there. But there's so much of it, so much of it. There's a lot of very vulgar stuff, a lot of racial stuff that was thrown out too. It's horrible stuff, but if BK is the real perp and locked up, then why are DM and BF so terrified to go back to Idaho? Answer that question. That's a good question too. Well, thank you, Slacker buddy. You know I love you, bro. No worries. Max Smith, welcome. 4chan is interesting, but was made 4 weeks after November 13th. I don't buy it. The 4chan was there for a while. Not for Idaho, but for other things. They just started adding those things. And it was just a place for kids to post or people to post in there and say the nasty things they wanted to say, sadly. Yeah, some of them were a week. There was a couple in there I saw that was like 2 days afterwards. So, or November, maybe I think November 14th, I saw a post, one that was dated November 14th, November 16th, December 12th. Absolutely, Clifton. And there's a lot of that in there. There's a lot. It's sad to me. It really bothered me too. Because these are victims. They're gone. They can't defend themselves. And there's people in there that are just saying, oh, they got what they deserved and this and that and everything else. How dare you? You know what I mean? What if it was one of your loved ones? That was disgusting to me. And those I won't be reviewing because they don't deserve to be heard, in my opinion. So it's called the sauce, chickbait. If you're in the community itself, it's the sauce is what the community is called. Yeah, the server, sorry. November 21st, there was a lot of them, yeah. Whole lot of them. Oh, okay, you're fine, Chick Bay. No worries. Lacey, good to see you again. Does anyone remember when this first happened? They said Dylan went to the bottom of the stairs and told Kaylee to knock it off. Yes, yes, I do remember. And again, all of that stuff has changed. It's all changed. Thank you, Wisdom, for that. If anybody wants to jump in the sauce with us, that link right there, all you got to do is click that link. That'll not jump in the sauce. That'll get you to become a member. If you have an iPhone and you're struggling with it, that link right there works. If you want to become a member of the channel, this one here, if you don't have an iPhone, click that link and it'll help you to become a member of the channel if you should choose to. Yeah, Lacey, she went and yelled and told him to shut the F up. Right. Yes, I do definitely remember that. Thank you again for those wisdom. 114 of you beautiful people in here tonight. With 72 likes. We're getting there, guys. Just a few more and we'll hit that 100 and we'll be in that algorithm. Welcome back, Suzanne Smith. Good to see you tonight. All right, let's see. Where is the stuff Molly dropped me here? Voila. Yeah, and there were some really vulgar ones too. And like I said, I'm not going to be repeating any of those just because. Yeah, there's some ignorant stuff that these people are saying in here. There's one, for instance, that says somebody posted something, and then this other one comes behind them and says, "Shut the f up and go back to changing your cat's litter box, you fat gut wine WHORE. Literally slit your wrists." Like these people get nasty in here. They're so ignorant. It's unbelievable. I don't understand people being so nasty. I just don't get it. Not to each other. It just doesn't make sense. And like I said, these are going to be all over the place. Some of these are going to talk about Brian. Some of them are going to talk about the victims. Some of them are going to talk about what people's thoughts are as to what happened, who they're portraying it to be. Welcome, Jane. Good to see you. They're all over the place, guys. So in some senses, I know we're all adults in here, but some of this stuff doesn't deserve to be heard. So I won't be putting some of this up at all. Let's see here. Tomboy said Moscow has always been a script. Jennings has a hard time staying on script. That's a good point. You're right, Lacey. It doesn't accomplish anything. They're just voicing how they feel. That's great. You don't need to put that out there for the whole world. Nobody cares to hear that kind of stuff. So yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't accomplish anything. Okay, let's see what we got over here now. All right, I guess we can start with this one here, you guys. And again, anybody that wants to join me up here, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. You're welcome to. Just I only want to do like two at a time. That way we don't talk over each other and it doesn't get crowded up here. All right, Peyton Place. That's exactly what it's like, chick bait. It really is. There's people that have referred to the victims as mean girls and they're this and they're that. Nobody deserves to die because you think they're mean to you. You know what I mean? That's not how that works, you guys. So I'll never accept that as an excuse to anything. A lot of these have been posted by anonymous people. There were so many of these too, you guys. So many. I could sit in here with you guys for probably 6 months and we wouldn't even cover them all. There's so many of them. I can agree with that, Clifton. Uh, Let me see here, guys. Give me a minute to get this up and rolling. Is Gina in here? GC Reed, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, legacy media is a joke. Yes, agreed. Hang on here a minute. All right. All right. Yvonne said Dateline's doing a new special next Friday based on new. Oh yeah, that should be interesting. We'll see what they say this time. Yeah, I agree, Angel. You're right though. Okay. All right. So like with this one here, it says BK, or it says bruh, and then it says BK very well could have been doing what you mentioned, an accomplice, but not fully. And these are broken up in pieces some places, so bear with me. An accomplice, but not fully. More like morbid interest that is criminal, but nothing many reporters don't do. Next down. That's right, Clifton. Forget about it. It's a fugazi. This guy was in my unit. This is again referring to BK, in my opinion. I haven't spoke to him in years. This is effing crazy. When he was getting out, I remember he said he was going to really try to work for private security. Or no, this one. I'm sorry. This is about Brent Kopaka. So these all got thrown together because at some point they believed that Brent was involved in this scenario too. So they all got blended together per se. Okay. So I'll try to have to separate to tell you guys who they're talking about. But when he was getting out, I remember he said he was going to try really hard to work for private security if he didn't get his FBI job. He told me that the FBI would likely contact me as part of his background test. I was never contacted and honestly haven't thought much about him since. This is absolutely effing crazy to see this. It's got to be some sick jokes. Effing hell. I cannot comprehend what I'm seeing right now. And this is when Kopaka lost his life, sadly, with all this stuff. There it says shit. I still have his number in my phone too. What the hell happened and how is he? Let's see, they break up like that. Anyway. Welcome, Marianne. Good to see you tonight. All right, let's jump to another. Yeah, I agree with you, Uncle. All right, give me a minute here. I got to reroute some of these again. All right, so this is another scenario here. And again, guys, listen, I want this to be stressed, okay? We don't know if any of this is factual information. None of this, okay? And it's not truly at this moment. It's all based on hearsay because that's what it is, okay? So what I'm going to state through this is that tonight specifically, everything that we're talking about is purely alleged and based on speculative theories and speculation. That's what this is all about right now. Obviously, we're all smart enough in here to know what seems right, what doesn't, what's right or wrong. But you can take some of this stuff, put it together, and say, hey, that makes some sense. This makes some sense, so on and so forth, is all I'm telling you. But don't take any of this as factual information, folks, because this is not based off of factual documents. It's a like a Reddit post, an exaggerated Reddit post, and that's truly really all it is. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, some of this stuff it does relate. There are some factual pieces of information within that relate to the other stuff. There's our Molly girl. Thank you for joining me tonight, Molly. Molly provided a lot of this, as well as Tomboy Charm, another one of the Blue Crew, to help me get to these things so that we can display and read through this, guys. So thank you. Yes, they did have some of those strange riddles on 4chan relating to the case. Taylor's in the house. Welcome, Miss Taylor. Peaky X in the house. Good to see you tonight, Peaky. Miss Gina, GC Reed, great to see you. Marianne Craw, welcome back to you tonight. 113 beautiful peeps in the house, guys. Please make sure to hit that like button if you will. And let's get this in that algorithm. Thank you so much. Oh, it's okay, hon. Don't worry about being late. I'm just glad you're here. I may need you. Molly is like our videographer. For those of you that don't know, this Molly here. She does all of my intro and my outro music and everything like that. She's built all that stuff up. She does a lot of our video boxes. She does mapping for all the cases that we do. She also does a lot of the stuff. You'll see her saying Dago, Discord, Dago, Discord, Dago, because she's constantly sending stuff through that is relating to the cases. She's busy. She's one of our researchers, and she does a lot. So I'm grateful to have her in here tonight, as always. So this next one here, you guys, some of these are jumbled. They're hard to understand and put together, but they're all posts. So this one was put together, written in a weird way. It says motive, extended feud and cover-up, possibly every witness together in the same house. Victims, Xana Kaylee, or Xana Canoodle, Kaylee G, Maddie Ethan C. Suspects, Jack D, David L, David B, Adam L, and witnesses would be Jack S. David L, David B, feud with Ethan and Xana since fall rush of 21. Jack S knows Adam and L, Davids. And Jack D kill Hudson and toss Buddy in Creek. Now this is again something that was speculated way back when, and a lot of people talked about this kind of stuff. There's no proof of any of this, okay? So it is one of them things. Some of this stuff, like I said, I'm not going to say it out loud because some of it is a little bit vulgar. I'm trying to separate that from the good or the clean. Jack Showalter knows Kaylee dumps Jack and doesn't want him back. Possibly no. Jack S knows. Jack S tells Kaylee and Maddie everything. Maddie tells Adam everything. Adam notifies David L rallies the troops, then scopes out 1122 and is seen by Buddy's drunk sister on the way there. Adam sees Maddie, Kaylee, Jack S, and heads to the food truck. That's when they're walking to the grub truck. David picks up Adam L from the corner club, sees Kaylee, Maddie, and Jack still together. And that was supposedly, they're saying that white truck that we saw pull behind and park when the girls were walking to the grub truck, they're claiming that belongs to him, supposedly, okay? So they reconvene at David L's house with the boys and meet up with David B. Kaylee and Maddie head home from the food truck, and Jack S heads to the cabin in the middle of the night. He didn't go anywhere that night. That was a speculated theory that never happened. He went home. And next thing it says, take Genesis and meet up with Jack in the stolen Elantra. David B waits at the Genesis. I don't know exactly what Genesis is. The boy, and I think they're talking about the stolen Elantra being the one that was found in Oregon. Yeah, the white truck, Jane. Welcome, Amy Conway. So moving forward, sorry guys. The boys take the Elantra to Deacon parking. Adam waits at the Elantra. Jack D and David L walk over to 1122 and do the dirty. And Jack upstairs, David L, second floor. Put clothes in backpacks with knives, put on baggy clothes, return to Elantra, and head back to Genesis. One person ditches Elantra and backpack evidence, rest, drive home, and maintain alibis. I don't believe that Jack D has anything to do with this. I just don't. I never have. I don't. There's nothing I can see unless you show me some like absolute proof that I will. That's just my opinion. Stolen Elantra interchangeable with Elantra witness in area picked up by Jack D in Genesis. Genesee. They're talking about Genesee. I'm sorry. So that's somebody's theory they put together in here. Okay, it's interesting. And it could make sense, but I don't have a lot of faith in that one. Someone called the cops from the frat house at 3:01 a.m. Could it have been Ethan and Xana as they left and were then attacked later because of it? It could be. That's a good point, Mama. Well, there's an area in that area. There's a little town in that area too, Clifton, called Genesee. That's where they said that they met. They met up at. I'm sorry. They would have done. That could have been done. I agree, Amy, but I don't think so. I don't think so. That's just my opinion, though. So there again is a theory that somebody put together and put out there. So it's interesting, but a lot of this doesn't make sense to me. So I don't go along with it. That's all. All right, guys, hang on. Give me one quick second here. I'll be right with you. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Let me see. Not long enough, Molly. All right, let me get this down. This one too. Let's see. Next up. Okay. Well, some of these are strange too, you guys, like I stated. Let's see, for instance, and this is again put out anonymous. This is January 14th of 23. So a couple months later. So this is what I believe happened. I'm the same guy who spaces out my sentences. Well, it's not small enough yet. Sorry. But I'm not a wine mom. You'll have to come to accept that. Brian had a crush on Maddie. She represented what he is not. He stalked her for months on end. There is no other person to stalk in that home. He began to idolize her. Brian walked in and walked directly to her room. He was planning on attacking her, essaying her, or even something more innocuous. That's not what happened, though. Kaylee heard Maddie's whimpers as Maddie had a knife to her throat. Kaylee walked in. Brian spun around to give her up to the lung. Okay, so yeah, and it's very doubtful Brian could live out his sexual fantasy with. Okay, yeah, some of these things have some stuff I'm not going to state, but that's again that's not believable because there was no stalking and there was no connection. He didn't know any of them, so that one we can't say matches up at all, in my opinion. Even if it was Brian, you know what I mean? They've claimed that there was no stalking at that point. So okay, next up we have, let's see here. And bear with me. Like I said, some of these things. Hey, Tracy, good to see you tonight, dear. This one I do need to blow up a little bit more. And a lot of these, too, you guys, are responses to other people's statements, too, some of them. So they may not make sense at some point until we get to a point with it. No, nothing good starts in a white launcher. It was the best of times, the worst of crimes. I stabbed his ass. Oh, so somebody wrote a poem. See, that's what I'm saying. Some people did weird shit with this. Or song lyrics. It's weird. Yeah. That's what that is right there. Like I said, y'all have to bear with me as I sort through these. Some of them I can't see until I really get in depth reading it. There's a lot of people that did that. Wrote song lyrics to this. It's so weird. Okay, here's one that looks like somewhat normal again. So here we go. It says early profile leaked from law enforcement was ROTC military. They had a K-bar knife sheath left on bedspread, which is why I think Kopacki either committed the crime with Kohberger or sold him the knife, and Kohberger tried framing him for the murder. Kopacki died in a shootout SWAT on the 15th of December over a phone call. He was threatening to shoot roommates. Did he even have roommates? And that was a big to do with his case, guys, that people are saying he didn't even have roommates, which is interesting. Supposedly drove a white Hyundai Elantra. Kohberger was apprehended a few days later. This all happened within a week of the white Elantra info. So either seems like Kopacki was involved with the crime and went out shooting, or Kohberger used him as a patsy because he fit the easy profile and suffered from PTSD, TBI. Maybe he was easy to manipulate or convince or deceive. But that would imply Kohberger did the murder, purchased Kopacki's knife, and left a sheath on purpose. And perhaps also placed a phone call and got Kopacki swatted. That doesn't make any sense, though, okay? Which would imply he's even more psychotic and evil than we originally thought. But if this kid really did have an obsession with criminology and serial killers and is as smart as everyone says, it could all fit the psychotic serial killer profile. They also dug up his Tapatalk accounts and quoted Kohberger saying he suffers from visual snow, like having demons around all the time. Dude literally admitted to feeling possessed 10 years ago, and he's been hiding the entire time. So that's somebody thinking that Brian did it. Okay, and like I said, we're going to see some of that. It just doesn't fit at this point, so they don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not the other one here. Okay, hold on. See if I can make this work here. There we go. These are hard to read. Some of them, they're really small. Dago, if you can remember, there was an extra room in his flat that was locked. Don't know if it was if it was used or not. I do remember, Tracy. Thank you. If they wanted to frame Kopacki, yeah, it would have been a lot easier. It would have made more sense because he's deceased and there's nothing anybody can say or do about that. You know what I mean? So it would have truly. Oh man, see, these are going to be impossible if you blow it up. It blurs it out. It's hard to see it. Damn it. I just called out of work so I could follow this case. No, trust me, there's people saying this was cartel. Police literally shot and killed the murderer while I was typing that. I love how obvious people are to the fact that the killer was just shot dead. See, a lot of people thought it was Brent. I was the first person on 4chan to learn the killer is dead. See, that was all around the time that happened. So it's dated January 16th. Yeah. Okay. So that one is not going to help us there. Hold on. And again, I told you guys, please bear with me. To some of these, I'm probably going to be able to pull up on the screen, sadly, but 1 minute here. There's a lot of these that refer to Brent Kopacki, you guys, believe that or not. I was actually shocked to see that there were so many that had his name in it. And at some point in time, I gotta believe that this was everybody's answer to this. Oh, welcome, Moonlit. Good to see you tonight, dear. All right, Super Goat. Good to see you tonight. By the way. Okay, so this says they will protect Kopaka to no end, and they will kill me or discharge me for uttering these words. Brian Koberger was a criminal informant giving information regarding the distribution of the white stuff in MDMA at 1122. The cops don't want anyone knowing that they effed up and got the wrong dude. Cop was effing nuts and he was suicidal. They're talking about Kopaka. We know he and Koberger became pretty tight. I don't know if Koberger had the balls to murder F4 people, but Cop, without a doubt, did not give one F. Keep digging if you want, but it will get hairy. This will be the only correspondence I make. Any others claiming to be me are fakes. My passphrase is rivalry week, but I'll never have to use it. Good luck, gents. You guys have no idea how much racial stuff I found in here too. I mean, I was so shocked. Like, is this area like a racist area to an extent? Are there some certain parts of different states? You know, some like here in my state, there are certain areas you can go to in Ohio that are a lot more racial than some places as compared to like where I grew up wasn't. You know, it's weird, but thank you, Super Goat. It's wonderful to have you here. Truly it is. Yeah, we absolutely try to stay 100% unbiased, you know, innocent until proven guilty, of course. And I can give my opinion as to what I think, but that doesn't mean it's what it, you know, that's not the bird's word per se. Everybody has the options to their opinions, and that's the most important thing. All right, so let me bounce out to this other group of these messages too. Here we go. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Hang on. All right, let me see. There's a lot of references to OnlyFans in here. Hold on. One moment here. Let me see if this is it. Okay, yeah, there's a ton, and I mean a ton. So I'm gonna read some of these first and foremost, and then I'll post some of the ones that are important. Moto Man's in the house. What's going on, brother? Rolo Moto A put out an interesting video. Has some interesting. Rolo has put out some interesting stuff. He has definitely. Again, thank you all for joining me. Miss Bonnie Bailey, my love. Wonderful to see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless, dear. Wonderful to have you here. Great to have you guys. 127 peeps in the house. Please hit that like button on your way through the door, guys. Brent's girlfriend lived at Queen Apartments. Domestic violence call. Brent witnessed some shit. Cops knew what he saw because they were there involved. Amy says, okay. Demon Dog, what's up, brother? Good to see you tonight. Busy Cake, what's going on? I love your name. Green, yeah, me too. That's something I've always questioned. It's crazy to me. Yeah, it's a good point, Demon. I saw that. I was told that by others too, that area, there's not a lot of African American people that live in that area because they just don't are comfortable there. So I get it. I get it. All right. Let me read through some of these here and see which are the best to do it. See, there's some ignorant people in here, guys. Who the F is she and why should I care? Is she one of the, there's a picture of a girl here that's doing something with OnlyFans or something. It looks like it's Ashlyn Couch, which I was shocked to see that. I guess a lot of them had OnlyFans accounts that they were doing. You know, that's how someone made money and things like that. So be it. You know, whatever. Not the victims. I'm saying other people in this Idaho area. 1 second. All right. So, what happened? Yep. 4 university students killed in apparent quadruple homicide near campus. This is early on. A lot of these here are like Monday, November 14th, So this is the day after, you guys. Okay. There's date stamps on these the day after the murders happened. So the 4chan was up and running at least at that point and beforehand, from my understanding. Who done it? Again, there's a lot of racial injustice in these where they're blaming it on black people and things like that. And it's like, good God. Well, I know someone was killed at U of I the other day because WSU sent an alert saying there was a homicide investigation going on. How is this related to OnlyFans? What's the story? See what I mean? That was posted November 14th on that Monday, the day after, basically. Damn shame. She was pretty. Police in Moscow, they shouldn't have been so Russophobic. They probably called someone, I don't even know what the hell that word says or means. Now, there's people saying here, I heard it was suicide. Well, that was early on. There were things like that going out, and this could be how. Okay. Let me see. Her Twitter's private. Her Instagram goes to OnlyFans. Some of her Twitter peeps liked BBC and Vulgar. I don't know what that is, but okay. I don't know. Let's see here. And some of these people, like I said, they have no couth. They don't care. Somebody in here said she deserved it, not knowing who she was, but disgusting. Like you can tell. Wow. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to sort through what's good and what's not. Somebody else is trying to blame it on Jewish people. These people are just ignorant. Okay, hang on here. We'll probably be able to review that other thing too. And then somebody's blaming it on Russians. So stupid. Let me bear with me, squaring through these to find the good ones that are worth reading. Jesus. This stuff, a lot of this stuff is vulgar. There's a lot of stuff in here referring to OnlyFans strikes again, they're saying. I've seen that said more than once. Welcome, Isabel. Good to see you tonight. I was in a lot of those threads at the time trying to bait the killer. The threads were called Idaho roasty potatoes or something. Yep, you're right. You're right. I'm looking at those now. And like I said, you guys, I'm not going to leave this up here. I'm just going to show you what I'm scanning through, and then I'll pull up the ones that are worth reading. But this is just a minimal amount. Look at all this, okay? And each one of these things is another link to another one. So that's how much there is, and then some. And you have to kind of break through it to see what's good, what's not disrespectful, things like that. And there's so many of them. Unbelievable. Each one of these is a link too, by the way. Okay, on we go. Thank you guys for your patience, by the way. What is her Twitter? What is her name? Look at that SOI cop. Wait, what the F? It's UVA, a school for MK Ultra murder sleeper agents. OP. That's my question, Cherry. It's so nasty, some of this stuff. Absolutely, Isabel. Thank you for being here. Dana Renee, welcome. Absolutely wonderful to have you here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on one second here. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Super goat. Thank you, by the way. Somebody just made a small donation via, I think it was PayPal. Thank you so much, anonymous, whoever you are. God bless. And guys, we don't expect anybody to do that, but it is so remarkably appreciated because it does help me to pay my bills to keep my channel going. So God bless and thank you for that so very much. Whoever you are. And I appreciate and respect the anonymous thing. No worries. They're talking about fentanyl through some of this stuff too, about scoring fentanyl, doing this, doing that. Then somebody says either a bad batch of drugs or the dude killed all three of them. Well, we know the truth on that now. No guns involved. They were stabbed. The second one, police said there wasn't an active threat, so it was the dude. So this does the second one. Police said there wasn't an active threat, so there it was, the dude. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Mikey. Well, a lot of them had jobs. Bonnie. Kaylee worked for Dutch Brothers Coffee. Xana and Maddie worked at the Mad Greek restaurant. I can't remember what Dylan Bethany did, and Ethan had a job on and off, different seasoning or different seasons working at like a tulip farm and somewhere else. You know what? I saw that too, Isabel, and I don't know if that was truly her or if that was somebody using that name being weird about it or funny. You know what I mean? Oh, I agree, Clifton. It is definitely. All right. So, and then it says, "Oh, that's why it's quiet." Thanks. Um, there's a link in here that um pulls up Maddie Mogan's Instagram, and it says all the posts are protected. When you click on it, they posted in that in here. Um, see, there were so many different rumors. They're saying quadruple homicide instead of mass shooting. They aren't naming the suspect. You know what that means. And but yet they named the Nog who shot up VTech today. Virginia Tech, okay. And that was posted on November 14th of 22. So I don't remember that happening, but okay. Um, it says here it's supposedly a crime of passion. And I can still see that's why I'm looking at these now because at this point now it can almost still look that way. Cassie said something about that it still does look that way in a sense because of personal the personal stabbing is personal. How many times it was shows anger and possible the fact of the basis of a crime of passion in some senses it's possible. So oh yeah, Yvonne, that's true. On we go. Imagine people just do not want to believe, will never believe. The wages of sin is death, and I hate the answer, but they didn't deserve to die. Um, the roasty thing, yeah. One minute. More victims of white supremacy. That was thrown in here. That was a big rumor going around too, that it was done by people involved in that situation. There's a couple that really had some interesting things. People are in here asking who done it. A lot of that. Let's see. That's been brought up many a times too. All you need to know is that they had OnlyFans. Okay, a lot of people have that. I don't think that means anything. That's all you need to know. Somebody said, "Can you post a real thread?" There's people in here saying, "Why didn't you save her?" And they're only specifying one person, so that's a little weird to me too. That's happened in here a lot, where they only specify one person, which was Kaylee per se. It's weird. That's crazy too. All right. Let me see here, guys. On down. Eventually, some point, I'll be able to show you something. It doesn't matter because I can read it just as much, but hang on here. There's some video that was posted in one of these too of all of these girls, and none of them are any of the victims, but they're all dressed in like one of them looks like Ashlyn Couch. They're all dressed in like Santa Claus colors, like clothing, and they're doing some kind of a video. And it said, "This is what gets people in trouble." Incel Nation rose up. Somebody posted that. Sounds like someone tried to tip off their dealer. Is this them? Is that Maddie? No. A white supremacist, of course. Again, let's see. The roasty thing again. That was a whole thing for during this period of time. A lot of them are posting this picture of these girls. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 girls in Santa Claus outfits. It's really weird. One moment here. Who said he hit it? Okay, so this says OnlyFans only made more lucrative and visible what was already there. The real issue here is bad parenting, lack of actual attention from their parents, so they go whatever route gives them attention. No. Unbelievable. I can't get over how many um racial comments there were with this. This is insane. Moscow needs to be purged with fire, if that's how you pronounce it. Jesus. Concealer 2 shades lighter than her foundation. Women do it. Look awake and conceal eye bags. Okay. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. Okay. Okay, let's get to these other ones here. Come on, you guys. Let me see. Jesus. 1 second here. I heard there was ODs on fentanyl laced with cocaine. I know I'm stating the obvious, but this was the work of an incel-driven mad. I said, yeah, okay, that's again. A lot of people are claiming that. That's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Well, that's a weird. Madison, Dana, Kaylee, and Ethan, please respect privacy is Latin for don't ask questions. Let our media teams talk to their parents. F the media that hound people, but this is weird. Crime of passion, remember those words. A local official described on Monday as a crime of passion. Who said this? We need to know. Wow. Jeez. Hang on. There was one, like I said, I'm trying to refine the one that Jack Showalter posted. Sorry. That one really caught my attention. And he made some statements in it because he felt guilty, guys, because he said if they'd have just waited for me, and hey, Klein, welcome, good to see you tonight, guys. Please check out Klein's channel. If we can drop the link, Norma Fralin, good to see you again, dear. Please drop Klein's link in here so we can get his link out there to everybody. Go check out his channel. He does amazing things over there at the Missing Black People the Forgotten. Appreciate you joining us tonight, brother. Okay, so a lot of people were assuming a disgruntled boyfriend through here. And I just don't feel that. There's a lot of stuff relating to white supremacy in here. This isn't the first time this has happened. This isn't the last. Let me see if I can find that. Tomboy, where's that one you sent me last night? That was the first one that I read. 1 second here. It was very descriptive and it really made a lot of sense to me, you guys, in relation to what we've seen and heard about situations here. I'm curious. Good Lord, there's so much of this stuff. Let me see. 1 minute here. Okay, so I think it's also worth noting that a lot of us assume that the police might be hesitant to release details about the murder for two reasons. The details are likely going to be particularly gruesome. Stabbings are very violent, very ugly, no matter how you frame it. The community here, even though it is a left-leaning college town, is heavily armed. There is very strong sentiment towards taking matters into one's own hands. I guarantee that MPD has had internal discussions about how to handle the situation if the name of the suspect gets out before they catch him. If they haven't already, and a few hundred good old boys from Potlatch, Troy, and the part of Moscow separated from the university show up better armed than the police and either go looking for the guy themselves or show up at the jail ready for a fight, which is, I've heard, very true. There's a lot of basis in here in stating that it was a drug deal that went bad. Again, we don't know. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. Let me see here. That list there. No. Okay. My thing with doing this too, a lot of people wanted to look into this, but like I said last night, and the other day. What if some of this stuff is, if it relates to what we know now, what's been put out now, if it were to come up in here. So this one was posted November 18th of 22, by the way, you guys. Okay, this is interesting. This case is so messed up. The cops are literally releasing statements today that contradict their earlier statements. So today they said they don't know who called 911 and the bodies were all found in bed. But a few days ago, this is 4 days after the murders happened, okay? Remember that. But a few days ago, they said that one of the girls made it outside and bled to death out in the front yard. Then a neighbor was walking her dog the next morning and found the body, but thought that it was an unconscious partier, so they called 911, and that's why it was for somebody unconscious. So why are we today getting a completely different story that the bodies were all in bed and they don't know who called 911? See, stuff like that is interesting to hear now as compared to back then when we had no idea what was going on. Because we obviously know that that's not what we've been told. We obviously know that that's not what's in any of the documents or anything like that. But that's wild to me to hear something like that. I don't even know, you guys. That's crazy. Another interesting piece, and that's why I wanted to go through these to see if there's any interesting information that maybe we've never even heard. Okay. And this was posted Friday, November 18th of 22. Again, 4 days after. One of the survivors, and again, none of this stuff is factual for sure, just saying. One of the survivors posted 2 pictures on her VSCO at 3:33 a.m. Okay. Now, remember this here. This is important. Check this out. 3:33 a.m. We're getting into stuff that I'm talking about that I thought was interesting here. And we know this is interesting for one specific reason. As we found out now, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Think about this. We now know about the text messages. We also now know that Dylan was on her phone cropping and doing things with photographs and this and that, right? Okay. One of the survivors posted 2 pictures on her. What is VSCO? I don't know what that is. So VSCO. I don't even know what that is, but no worries. That was at 3:33 a.m. and it was stated that the victims died between 3 and 4 a.m. 2 pictures. 2 pictures posted. One of the survivors, so I'm gonna Bethany or Dylan. That's one of my plans here is to figure out what VSCO is. That's interesting to me. Sacrifice gone wrong. Police have to cover up. Okay. Sorry, guys. 11 plus 22 equals 33. 333. That's wild. A quality photo editing. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a photo editor. Okay. So 2 pictures were posted based on this at 3:33 a.m. Huh. That is a bit. You're right. Okay. Gotcha. That's interesting. Let's see. See, I never heard this before, but I heard other people talking about this. Who killed them? The coroner reveals that they were not only stabbed but had anti-aircraft wounds. Never heard that before. It says that somebody posted based on connected to his daughter's anti-aircraft wounds. Colonel's receiving. The getter told CBS he believes the tough 20-year-old fought her slayer to a precise end. The autopsy findings were released connected Thursday, ruling the deaths homicides by stabbing. Coroner confirmed that the 4 victims were each stabbed aggregate times with a simple weapon, an ample weapon, I'm sorry, sustaining injuries that caused them to bleed, retired wrong their home. Andrea Blanco, 19. Okay, gotcha. So that was a news report that was uh, added to this. All right. Um, what does the anti-aircraft wound thing mean? What is that about? It's an app specifically for editing pictures. Yes, yes. Cleans up the photos you took. Gotcha, Cap. So you guys are on point with that. So she was one of those two were well, it was stated even in Hitler's document that she was in there cropping and doing things to pictures. So that's true. Um, hmm. Multiple. What is that? Good God. Um. Oh, thank you so much, Isabel. God bless. With super chat says treats for your film night. Thanks for being realistic. Oh my God. God bless you. That's so amazing. Is that euros? Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you, Isabel. God bless you. That's so nice. Absolutely, absolutely so generous and amazing. Thank you. Oh, got you. Okay. Thank you, your favorite uncle. That's interesting, Clifton. You're not the first person to say something like that, okay? That's where I'm at right now, Super Goat. Anything written by anybody that makes any sense, not some of this, not any of the racial stuff or the slander against any of the victims, stuff like that. UK quid. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is, but thank you, Isabel. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Raquel, well, you didn't miss too much. So nice. God, you guys are amazing people. I love you guys. I really do. Let's see. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get back into the relative part that I wanted to be in. Once you click into one place, it takes you to another, to another, to another. All right, back down through here. Here's another one here. Lifetime resident, Friday, November 18th. Once you discover how utterly corrupt law enforcement is and why and how incestuous certain agencies are when it comes to running cover for drug and human traffickers, you'll learn quickly how easily, how often, and how completely covered up certain murders are. And it is absolutely the worst feeling to sit there and watch them get away with it. Let's call it a very interesting means of remote viewing. Sometimes I think it can be different, but it never is. And I am not psychic. Most of that shit is completely fake, and especially people doing it for money. Blah 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 blah. Okay, and that's kind of a rant. Um, what is this anti-aircraft crap? I don't know where that came from, but that doesn't make any sense. Somebody who's saying they were shot with a flat cannon. That doesn't make sense either. That's so ridiculous. Let's see here. Okay. One moment. All right. So got that under there. I don't think the roommates had anything to do with it. The house was segmented into apartments, like most campus rentals. The killer probably didn't even know they were there. If anyone screamed at 3 a.m., the neighbors would have heard it too, but no one heard a thing. Most likely older white male, ex-military, no sexual assault, so he gets off on killing itself. Went through the open back door and did it quickly. All parties asleep and heavily inebriated, though one may have briefly resisted. Will likely return to the house if he hasn't already. Has done this before and will do it again. Will not get caught. So that's not true already. We know that. Man. Bear with me. We're getting there. Some more stuff is opening up down here. And then there's a bunch of like numbers, people adding things together, and some of these. It's kind of weird. Let's do this. 4, 1, 2, 3 plus 5, 4, 3, 4 plus 54. I don't know. That's strange. Let me see. I've heard that before, Isabel. Crazy though. Now, let's see here. Oh, I made a dessert. Maybe I was. See, I remember this early on too, that people were trying to call out cartel on this, blah blah blah. No other possibilities. Zoomers of any race don't have effing balls and skill to stab poor people. Staging low effort serial killer psyops. Now, there's a lot of the psyop stuff in here. There's a lot of people in here stating that they knew this was going to happen, that there was word on campus that something big was going to go down, blah blah blah. Now, explain that to me. Somebody explain that to me. Oh yeah, it is, Cap, big time. Anybody explain that to me? How everybody's talking about that there was talk on campus for 2 weeks prior to this. Quite a few people have stated that they all heard this stuff, that something was going to go down and they just didn't know when. And a lot of people are saying that it's finally happened, that people knew too much about certain things, blah, 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 so on and so forth. That's kind of crazy to me. I have never seen so many, such a group of people that are, there's so much racism throughout this. It's crazy. Really sad, too. Okay, there's people that circled pictures of Joe Vito and Showalter at the same time. I don't know why, but so be it. There are so many people in here that thinks Jack was the one that did this. Oh, that's we found a whole bunch of LLC stuff throughout here early on in the investigation. We started looking for stuff that are owned by the same people. There's a lot of that. I don't know that has anything to do with anything, Cap, but there is a lot of that. A lot of houses that are owned by the same people, the same businesses and stuff. It's wild. Um, all right, let me see. Let's see. Okay, next up. These are crazy, you guys. A lot of them are intertwined in the same. Hold on. Oh yeah, I saw Norma. Okay, here we go. So there's a statement in here that says the police said that while the four friends were being killed, two other roommates were in the house, but were not attacked. Both were women. Investigators said they did not believe either of them were involved in the crime, but no one called 911 until just before noon on Sunday, many hours after the attack, which the authorities have said took place in the early morning hours. The possibility that that those hours passed between the crime and when someone called suggests the roommate might have slept through the attack, though the police have not explained the delay. There were 7 unanswered phone calls from the phone of one of the victims, Ms. Goncalves, to her longtime boyfriend in the early morning hours on Sunday, according to her older sister, Olivia. Based on the phone log, she was able to download from the phone provider, which we know this. The first call to Jack Decor was 2:26, and there were 6 more, 26 over the next 26 minutes, with the final one at 2:52. This is all stuff we know. Okay, no big deal. Let me see. 1 minute here. They keep saying look for an older white male, ex-military, raised by a single mother, or abused in foster care, single, possibly divorced, prior domestic violence, animal cruelty, stalking, low-wage worker, possibly campus maintenance or landscaping, unlikely to be apprehended. That's been stated in here more than once. So it's been whatever you do, like retweeting it or whatever. There's many people in here stating that the 2 that survived, they believe could have done this. I obviously not, but then the thing is they were all stated to be sleeping at that time, which is what they were told, but we know that's different now too. And then there's people that are saying, how did that happen if they just got back to the bar at 1:45, blah, blah, blah. Calls were placed at 2:25. That's pretty fast to fall asleep. Agreed. Let's see. They released a photo of the perp caught on the ring cam. Rare, because I've never seen any of that. Hmm. There's somebody in here screaming everybody needs to shut up about the cartel thing. It's ridiculous. Serial killer mid-50s used crowbar snap. Okay. Not easy to use a knife for people with by yourself. This whole thing reeks of foul play, maybe a police murder. Never seen that before. That's interesting. Not at all hard if you're proficient. They were all drunk. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Major struggle with neighbors heard. Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay. Autopsies completed on murdered college students. Blah 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 blah. Hold on. Hold on 1 minute. They never said it was a knife. They said it was a sharp blade. The killer could have walked over each one of them while sleeping, passed out, or passed out. Took an axe to their killing them almost instantly with very little sound. That's true too. Let's see. The killer was someone that knew them. It was most likely crime of passion, probably done by an ex or a jealous stalker or some type of love triangle. It's not a serial killer. It's not cartel, right? But the other parts of that, I don't believe that either. But it is what it is. You don't understand how rugs work. All rugs outside of marijuana are okay. Yeah, again. Hold on. Yeah, they were trying to call this a serial killer in the beginning, but that we know that's true or not true. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. Somebody posted a picture of Xana's bedroom. Not during the scene, but hold on, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. I know some of this is a bit boring. As I'm trying to dig in, there's so many of them. All right, so some of this stuff, this is November 19th. Wait, so now they're claiming one of the girls was killed in the kitchen or because of the alleged blood that was under the alleged kitchen window. Not saying it wasn't or isn't blood. That it isn't the kitchen window, just haven't seen definitive proof or statements regarding that either. Also, it's been confirmed that whatever the girl's name who repeatedly is her ex-boyfriend tends to do that drunk dialing thing. Reason there were other calls from a second phone is most likely because she wanted to see if he'd answer for a different number. So they're saying that it's possible that we know that Kaylee and Maddie, they said called Jack, but is it possible that Kaylee called Jack from both phones just to see if he'd answer from Maddie's phone if Maddie may have been passed out? Maybe she tried both phones. That's interesting. I've never thought of that before. That is a possibility. Long military knife with serrated edge in the interview. Right, Cap. Yeah, that's true too about the punch thing or that she was hit, but either way. Um all right, let me scan through that and get past this now. People are always looking for powder at 3 a.m. in this area. Okay. Yay. Hmm. All right. Now. Oh, that is okay. That's blood. Yeah. That's the blood that dripped down the foundation they're talking about. Okay, somebody trying to prove that the kitchen was in the back. See, this was some of this stuff is so old that. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Wait a minute. That's a name I don't remember. Don Shipley provides to report stolen valor, and he's real. Photo and plaque of dog tags with the name Ligma Johnson. That's something else I was looking for. Some other names too. So this other one came up in here. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, so this is check out Instagram. This was dated November 19th, 22. Check out Instagram profile. The Moscow Slayer commented on victim's account. Weird name, huh? It claims to be Navy SEAL Team 6, collects Spyderco folding knives, has gold square faced watch, has Pirate Jack flag and Navy trident patches. Maybe important because victim called an unknown person called Jack 6 times that night. The knife used in killings was most likely a K-bar. K-bar's fixed blade knife, 11 inches overall, 7-inch blade, single edge, but with false edge on back. 2 versions, regular edge, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this person is describing a K-bar, and that wasn't even known at that point. And this is November 19th, so it's what, 5 days after? What in the hell? For someone with long jacket or backpack, police put out profile saying this guy is pseudo commander type guy in full or partial kit. Before the killings, the college had threat on campus. Guy with folding knife in black, I think also a hoodie, on a bike, threatening kids with his knife, was confronted and I believe turned himself in. Yeah, I remember that, but might have been released. We don't know. So it could be the same person. Knife from killings has not been found. Go to work. Poll, find the knife, save the city, win big prizes. Okay, anyway. Sheriff is an idiot. Enforced mask mandates, arrested parents, and one victim was from Coeur d'Alene, where kitted up friends are from, who protected city from Antifa with their sheriff conspired with the feds to arrest Patriot Front. This one could be political. Keep that in mind. Be safe out there. Moscow is very liberal and could harbor non FRENS. Animals being killed and skinned in the area sounds like practice killings or Satanism. Is the satanic temple first in order? Some of these are hard to work. You read, you guys. I'm sorry. And then it stops. That's weird. Very strange. Hey, Seahawks or Tandy. Okay, moving forward. Good God. They keep posting pictures of all sorts of different people in here. What is this? Wooded area. Okay. Navy Jack. Somebody else named Jack that is supposedly in the Navy. I don't know. Wait. Oh, that's some kind of a degrees to in a wooded area. That's strange. Gives a location. I don't know what that meant. Okay. No, none of those things are worth looking at. So, like, why can't I find that one I read last night? That was the one that really, really caught my attention. I wanted to read to you guys. Hmm. Okay. All right, you guys. So, hold on here. There's a lot of people that think that the killer or killers were posting in this thread at that time as well. Um, okay. More pictures of other things. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry. There's so much of this to go through. Mm. There's a lot of people that keep referring back to Jack Decor and saying that they broke up a lot. Hmm. I don't know, but I just don't see that it's him. I could be wrong. Okay. I know people are always wrong about different things, but mm, they're showing the door handles inside the house having those turn locks on them. I don't know why, but it's there. Yeah, it's true too, musical Contessa. That's very true. SRB's in the house. What's going on, SRB? Hope you're having a good night enjoying yourself. The killer was at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. Wait, what? That's Saturday, November 19th. This didn't work out well last night, but good luck. Hold on. Hmm. I don't know what that means, but okay. Um, I have to find this Jack Decor, or no, I'm sorry, not Jack Decor. The Jack Showalter, what he wrote in there, because I can't get past that. Okay, hold on. Here's a. So this is how this was posted back then. Kind of interesting. Hmm. Updated information at this time. Detectives have investigated the private party driver who took Kaylee Madison home. Do not believe he's involved this time. Detectives believe that on November 12th, the two surviving roommates had been out in Moscow community separately, but returned home by one. Two did not wake up until later on November 13th. We know that's not true. Initially, the 911 call made at 11:58 a.m. on November 13th requested aid for unconscious person. The call was made from inside the residence on one of the roommates' cell phones. Moscow PD arrived shortly thereafter, found all four victims. Detectives confirmed the victims were located on the second and third floors. Detectives are aware of multiple phone calls from victims Madison and Kaylee to a male, and this information is part of the ongoing investigation. Okay. Detectives are seeking all outside surveillance video taken from 3 to 6 a.m. on Sunday, November 13th, 2022, from businesses, residents within. Okay. All right, so there's nothing there that we don't know. Gotcha. It's interesting though, just to see if it's the same as what it's always been. Um, hmm. Jesus. Mm, nope. Nope. Okay, now I gotta find. Hang on one moment here. Uh-oh. What? Oh, Tomboy just sent me something new too on about this call. Hang on a minute.
11:55 a.m. 42.
Oh, I guess I'll play it for you guys then too. Hang on. It says listen to this whole thing. 1 second here. Let's see.
Second, November 13, 2022.
Journal notification of emergency. What is the address of the emergency? What is the rest of the address? And is it a house or an apartment? Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you as we're doing the wife over next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address, 11222 King Road.
And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
What's the phone number?
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates just passed out. And she's drunk last night and she's not waking up. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi, this is
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop tossing it around.
Can I just tell you how much?
What is going on currently? Is someone popped out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, but you gotta go check. But we have to.
So CNN responds, thus lacks firsthand knowledge of the information contained in the situation. Okay, interesting.
She's not waking up.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Heard that.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 20.
20, you said?
No, she's like 20 years old.
Hello? Hello? Okay, I need someone to.
Okay, so this part really has me confused. We are told that Dylan and Bethany called EA, Emily. Emily and Hunter came over. They walked up the stairs. Hunter went to the kitchen to get a knife. And then Dylan sees Xana again and started bawling. Okay. Hunter tells them, get out. And then they call 911, right? But how are we hearing him say get out on the 911 call if the 911 call was made after the discovery was made? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand. And I always thought it was weird
Yep.
that we were told specifically over and over again that the 911 call was made from inside the house, right? From inside. But if Hunter saw what he saw and then told everyone to get out, they went outside, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's where he said get out, was get out of the house. So why did they say the 911 call was from inside the house? You get what I'm saying? I'm just really confused. Is it just me? What am I missing here?
Stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
See, I have an issue with Hunter on this 911 call because he allegedly is the one that first saw Xana's body laying there, and he protected the unharmed roommates from seeing.
No, Raquel, you should not be able to hear dispatch, or you shouldn't be able to hear like a police radio call through dispatch through the 911 call. You can't hear dispatch through the 911 call because they're zeroed out. There's no other distractions around that call. There's nothing. It's an enclosed call. If you know what I'm saying, it's enclosed. They can't hear that. That's why I don't understand hearing the police radio. I've said that from the beginning. It makes no sense to me.
You know what happened, seeing the horror that happened, and he was broken, blah blah blah, whatever Steve said. If that's the case, why does Hunter get on the phone all nonchalant, like, oh, I don't know, they just gave me the phone, oh, I don't know, what's going on, huh? I don't know, like, I know nothing. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Why isn't he like, hey, listen, we need help right away, one of our friends is unconscious, etc., etc.? Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
Hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
You should talk to them, say. I can't talk to them. They need you to talk to them.
Hello. Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement.
Say that again. Get the police here right now.
Okay.
Say that again. Get the police here right now.
You have it?
Say that again. Get the police here right now.
Okay. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
You don't have it. That's just yes. Did you have a defibrillator? Yes, you have one.
But are you talking to the officer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go so she's there with you and can help you.
Okay, thank you. Fine.
Okay.
11:59 a.m. 49 seconds, November 13, 2022.
No way.
Is the final notation of your emergency?
Something is happening. It's happening in our house. I don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency? What is the rest of the address?
Okay, well,
Okay. And is it a house or an apartment?
the house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you guys. We're They live at the white store next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address 1122 King Road.
And what's the phone number?
PM 42 seconds, November 13, 2022.
Trying on the notation of your emergency.
Something is happening. Something is not happening. Don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency? What is the rest of the address?
Oh, thank you. Well,
Okay. And is it a house or an apartment?
the house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you guys. We live at the white store next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address 1122 King Road.
And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
What's your phone number?
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she's drunk last night and she's not waking up.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi, just
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone. Stop.
hi, just
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to.
man in their house last night. Yeah. And she's drunk last night and she's not waking up.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
She was just laughing when she said that, like snickering, completely laughing when she said that. Right here. I can definitely hear it.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
You know how you can hear when somebody's like grinning or laughing? You can definitely hear it in her voice. Right here.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi, just
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone. Stop tossing it around.
can I just tell you how pretty much?
What is going on currently? Is someone popped out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, Muffin, you gotta go check. But we have to.
The problem with the whole statement that she just made on that, okay, is that they already did. They had already done this whole thing once before when Hunter goes upstairs and grabs a knife, okay? So I don't get this part here. It's an absolute laugh, 100%.
She's not waking up.
Okay. One moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Okay, thank you.
And you can hear him in the back yelling, "Shut the F up."
What's your phone number?
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out.
I'm going to slow it down where you hear a little snicker, and you can almost hear her smiling. Hold on. I'll do it right here for you. 1 second.
And she's drunk last night and she's not waking up. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night.
Right there. Right there. She's like snickering, like, oh my God, laughing.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
Right. Like she doesn't believe it. Like, oh my God, seriously? Kind of a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi,
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop tossing it around.
can I just tell you how much?
What is going on currently? To keep the phone, stop tossing it around.
Can I just tell you how much?
What is going on currently? Is someone popped out right now?
I don't know. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
You're saying she can hear us? That's what it sounds like, Bobby. It's crazy. Kent said she can hear us, or that she can hear us. Okay. One more time.
What's your phone number?
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she's drunk last night, and she's not waking up. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi.
Okay.
I just
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop tossing it around.
can I just tell you how much?
What is going on currently? Is someone popped out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, let's you gotta go check. But we have to. She's not waking up.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Okay, thank you.
Can you guys clearly hear him in the back yelling, "Shut the F up!" Right here. That's a male. I don't know if it's him, but it's a male for sure. Clearly, that's new to me. I haven't heard that till to right now. Need to mute it now. There is a ton of whispering going on in the background too. A ton of it, guys. There's the police radio. That will not come through the dispatch call. That is from a portable or a base radio, period. I carried them around for 17 years. I had a base radio. I still have one. That's either a base radio or a portable, period. They're calling in the car number or officer number 46. That's exactly what he said. 46. He's responding. Nobody. He said, shut the F up. Clearly, it wasn't she's effed up. Hey, Unsolved. There you are. You missed the thing the other night. Happy belated birthday, dear. That's grateful to have you here tonight. Uni wasn't going to allow the bodies filmed enter. I heard it was dispatcher. There's whispering again.
Okay, and how old is she? She's 20. 20, you said? She's 20. 20, you said? 20. She's 20. 20, you said? 20.
Sounded like it.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I need someone to.
Okay, so this part really has me confused. We are told that Dylan and Bethany called EA, Emily. Emily and Hunter came over. They walked up the stairs. Hunter went to the kitchen to get a knife. And then Dylan sees Xana again and started bawling. Okay. Hunter tells them, get out. And then they call 911, right? But how are we hearing him say, get out on the 911 call if the 911 call was made after the discovery was made? Do you get what I'm saying?
And that is the issue, guys. That's what I'm saying, because we read Hitler's document and it goes through the situation twice. The difference is the first time Hunter goes upstairs and runs to the kitchen and grabs a knife first. Of course, we don't hear that happen because you can't hear that happen, but still, it's like they ran through it twice based on what the document says. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Get out, get out. Yeah, that's what he says there towards the end of it. Well, it sounds like those are their numbers, though, Tandy. I know what you're saying. I know what the radio codes and stuff are. Yeah, you're right. But I think those are their number, like their car numbers. 46, 36, 48. You know what I mean? That's what we used to. I rode 51, Medic 41 was my call number when I would be on the road. I would call into dispatch and I'd say Medic 41 en route or Medic 41 on scene, Medic 41 code 6, which was out of the vehicle, things like that. We would just say 51 or Medic because we had different vehicles with different tags, but that's what it sounds like they're saying. Oh, Hyundai has a model named Genesis, similar body style to those on video. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sandy. Welcome. He said, get out, get out. Yeah. He said, get out twice, then get out because we don't know what's going on and looks unconscious. Get out because there's blood. Oh, it's okay, Tanny. Don't you apologize to me. You're right in some senses. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. So no apologies. The heavy breathing is, I think it's Dylan breathing into the phone because she had the phone so close to her face. That's not him. That's her. As he's looking, she's doing that. Right, Kent.
I don't understand. And I always thought it was weird that we were told specifically over and over again that the 911 call was made from inside the house, right? From inside. But if Hunter saw what he saw and then told everyone to get out, they went outside, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's where he said get out, was get out of the house. So why did they say the 911 call was from inside the house? You get what I'm saying? I'm just really confused. Is it just me? What am I missing here?
Stop.
Oh, 100%, Lisa. At that point, especially 8 hours later, there's going to be a horrible odor as they come on it. Okay. There's no way in hell there's not. There's just no way. No way in hell. So yeah, that's absolute. No matter what. No matter what. Absolute.
Passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
See, I have an issue with Hunter on this 911 call because he allegedly is the one that first saw Xana's body laying there, and he protected the unharmed roommates from seeing, what happened and seeing the horror that happened. And he was broken, blah, 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 whatever Steve said. If that's the case, why does Hunter get on the phone all nonchalant, like, oh, I don't know. They just gave me the phone. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's going on, huh? I don't know. Like, I know nothing. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Why isn't he like, hey, listen, we need help right away. One of our friends is unconscious, et cetera, et cetera.
I agree with that, but
Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So, hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
You should talk to them, say. I can't talk to them. I need you to talk to them.
Hello. Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again.
Get the police here right now.
Okay.
Get the police here right now.
Okay. Law enforcement.
Say that again. Get the police here right now.
And law enforcement.
Say that again.
Hey. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement.
Say that again.
Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement.
Say that again.
Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement.
Say that again. Get the police here right now.
Okay.
Say that again. Get the police here right now. Say that again. Get the police here right now. Say that again. Get the police. Say that again. Get the police here. Say that again. Get the police here right now.
that makes a good point. They're dead. If that's the statement, they're only looking at 1 or 2. Ethan's there. So that could stand for 2, but Ethan should be right there too where they can see him. Nobody's mentioning Ethan at all. Why? Why are they not mentioning Ethan at all? I don't understand that. That's a little weird, but yeah, there's police here right now. Exactly. Exactly.
You have it. Say that again. There's a point here right now. Okay. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Great point right there. That question, we don't hear that at all. I don't care if they're in or out. You'd still hear something. Why don't we hear sirens or ambulance sirens? And there's nothing. You don't hear anything. Okay. Why?
Now and tell me when you have it. You don't have it. That's a yes. Did you have a defibrillator? Yes, you have one. But are you talking to the officer? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let you go so she's there with you and can help you. Okay.
Yeah, it was a female officer, obviously. So, why were we told that the officers that responded first were male? Listen again.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go so she's there with you and can help.
Officer Gunderson and Smith and Nunez were the first three officers on scene. That's all there was to it. And we hear a male voice when she asked if you have a defibrillator. It's a guy saying, "Yeah." So I don't know who the hell she's talking about. Because he doesn't, Lisa. Truly, it's sad. That's what I'm saying. There was no she. I think they're yelling at them from down the hallway. I think they only got close enough at the moment where Ethan sees blood and realizes what's really up. Possibly, but still. You mean Hunter, bud. Yeah, Hunter. But she does say she's there with you, so hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. That's all right. We said too many names. It happens. You want me to back up again, Tomboy, you said? And slow it down. I did slow it down once, but oh, it's okay, Alicia. I can run the whole thing one more time too anyway. So we're at Tomboy. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, Paula. I didn't even get to see it. I was so busy listening to the victim. Which one are you talking about, Paula? No, once law enforcement has arrived or whoever arrives, they will disconnect the call. That way the officer won't have a distraction from like that way they can focus on the officer and not the dispatcher. So yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'll play it back and you just tell me where to stop, Tomboy.
Talk to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
See, I have an issue with Hunter on this 911 call because he allegedly is the one that first saw Xana's body laying there, and he protected the unharmed roommates from seeing, what happened and seeing the horror that happened. And he was broken, blah, 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 whatever Steve said. If that's the case, why does Hunter get on the phone all nonchalant, like, oh, I don't know. They just gave me the phone. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's going on, huh? I don't know. Like, I know nothing. Like,
What's up, official?
that's the vibe that I'm getting. Why?
Yeah, Paula. That's what Alicia said. There's no way for us to know that, hon. I'm sorry I didn't answer you sooner. I didn't quite see it very quickly. Sorry about that.
Isn't he like, hey, listen, we need help right away. One of our friends is unconscious, et cetera, et cetera. Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So
You talking about right there, Tomboy? By the way, this video came from Criminal Confidential, guys. The link's right there. Please go check it out. and like the video for her over there. She did a lot of work on this. So Chris Davis, hello, welcome. I really appreciate you guys liking the video there for her with the work she put in on it. She did a great job on this. So thank you for that. And there's the link again. Criminal Confidential is the channel. What's the rest of your question, Chris? Welcome, by the way. I wonder if this is why Anne was irritated that the dollhouse scale isn't scaled due to angles of sight like Helmut's doing. Oh, that's a good point. That's why I think the whole house should have been left up. But hey, did Ellie claim there was blood on the knife sheath? Where was it? Was it just clean with a little? Oh no, there was blood and stuff all over it, Chris. Yeah, and it was tucked. That's the weird thing is though. Is when they found it, their supposed line of sight, it was tucked underneath a body and a blanket, both, which makes no sense, none at all. By the way, thank you again for sending this, Tomboy. So where am I at the right point now, Tomboy?
Hello? Is she breathing? No. Okay. Is she breathing? No. Okay. Hello? Is she breathing? No. Okay.
Hey, Elizabeth, welcome, hon.
She talked to them, say, I can't talk to them. They need you to talk to them.
Hello? Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again? Get the police here right now. Okay.
I can't talk to them. They need you to talk to them.
Hello? Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again? He sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again? Get the police. Hello? Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again? Get the police here right now. Okay.
Right after that cop, she said that cop was here. We're here, and then we have a homicide. Right.
Say that again? Okay. Say that again? The ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again? Get the police here right now. Okay. Say that again?
Did I hit that where you wanted it, Tomboy? I'm planning on running the whole thing one more time anyway, but I was thinking about slowing it all, the whole thing down at least by 1 point or a half, and see what happens. If there's anywhere you guys want me to stop during this, let me know, and I will.
11:55 a.m. 42 seconds, November 13, 2022.
Final notification of your emergency.
Something is happening. It's been happening in our house. I don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency? What is the What is the rest of the address?
Oh, thank you. Well,
Okay. And is it a house or an apartment?
the house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right? I'll talk to you guys. We live at the white so we're next to them. I need someone to repeat the
There are no pictures that I have seen throughout this entire thing, Kent, of any ambulances anywhere. Not one time. Never. Unless I missed it, no ambulances have been seen that I've ever seen. I mean, exactly, Raquel. Great job. Absolutely amazing job. Thank you for doing this, guys. Absolutely. Amazing work. I love it. I've listened to this call I don't know how many times, dear, and you amazing job. Seriously, thank you for this. Very much appreciated. And like I said, you guys, I was a first responder for years, okay? And I know when you hear the calls in the background, when you hear the radio traffic in the background, 911 operators are what's the word I'm trying to think of here? Okay. They're but hold on, give me a minute here. Yeah, you did a great job with this Criminal Confidential. Amazing stuff. I appreciate you for doing what you did with this. We all work together on this, trying to figure this shit out, and this is amazing. Outcast, Jeff, everybody has done stuff with these calls, and you've done a great job with this. I love this. They're kind of like dispatchers all have their own cubicle, right? And there's no background noise allowed. There's no distractions allowed, so that they can get. If you ever notice, Chicago Fire, or not Chicago Fire, yeah, Chicago Fire. They show a lot of dispatch there. Okay, is it Chicago? 911, not Chicago Fire. I'm sorry, I watch all those shows. Anyway, 911. That's true to form on that. The show 911. They each have their own spot, their own space. Now, the operators use a keyboard and or a foot pedal. Different areas have different things. When they talk, they push down on the pedal or the button to talk. When they release that, that's when the person can respond. There's no background noise, no distraction, no nothing, because they have to have clear sound, okay? So they can hear everything that's going on. Now, Outcast also proved something with some of his stuff. Sounds great, Criminal. I appreciate it, hon. Anyway, and he played other 911 calls purposely to show the difference in the calls from other calls and this specific call, how much other white noise has been added to this. In his opinion and mine, I agree with him to take things out so that you can't hear certain things, okay? So it's crazy. It really is. Thank you, hon, very much. So hearing a radio call in the background makes no sense to me whatsoever. And as I said the first time I heard this, it's either because there's a base radio, a base monitor would be something like sitting on a table there, like that, the police monitor or a scanner. Or there's a portable there, in my opinion. And it's crazy. It makes no sense to me. Yes, exactly, Heather. Eric, ma'am, and the red van, 100%. So yeah, this is it's strange. It's really strange to hear that radio traffic coming through, because it's not going to come through the 911 operator's call. Where is it coming from then? As if there's somebody standing there, or like I said, there's a base radio, but they're standing outside. So how are you going to hear that? You know what I mean? Outcast, yeah. I'm just saying. Could the radio be their college prep? If they're there, done one, but there's nobody there at that point, and we're hearing that in the background. There's not supposed to be anybody there at that point. And then at some point, you hear her say, "The police are here." That's supposedly when they get there, but we hear that radio twice. We hear that traffic twice before that. She says he's here. And that's the thing, Jeff. I don't know how many other males were there. Outcast pointed out hearing 2 male voices when he listened to it. And you hear somebody yell, shut the F up. I don't know if that's Hunter or if that's somebody else. I can't tell, okay? Yeah, the White House was the name of the apartments to the left here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and run this again. If you guys need me to stop somewhere or want me to stop somewhere, please let me know. Hitler's new docs specifically say that Hunter instructed the girls to call 911 after he told them to get out. Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely right. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. We covered this document a couple of days back, okay? And like she said, so how do we hear it on the call? He said get out before the call was made. And that's what I'm telling you guys. When we went through the document, it's almost like they did what they did and then they reran it on the call. Like there was two situations that happened in that document as we read it. Like they ran through it once, and the first time is when Hunter grabbed the knife. They go down the stairs and out the door. 6 minutes later, mind you, because that was at 11:50 that happened. 6 minutes later, they make the 911 call and do the exact same thing. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you not understand? Like, are you guys seeing what I'm like? Why this is crazy? That's what she's pointing out. Literally just cap cut, voice enhancement, and noise removal. Be nice, Jeff. She did an amazing job with this. Oh, yeah. We're on the same boat with you. Same boat with you, criminal. 100%. That's what it seems like. It's stupid. It makes no sense. But, like, she's right about that. There's no way that should have happened. Okay? No way. You see what I'm saying, Judy? Right.
The address for verification. So the address 1122 King Road. And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
Now listen here too, because I just now caught this and it's just crazy to me. You can hear, okay, you know how when you're talking to somebody on the phone and you can kind of hear them smile by the tone of their voice, the way their voice changes, you can hear them smile. Well, you can hear that when Emily says something about the guy being in the house, and you can almost hear it in her voice, like a laugh, like a snicker, or like, oh my God, are you serious type laugh type thing. You can hear it. You literally can hear it in her voice. I swear to God, you guys. If I need to slow it down, I can. I promise you. What's up, Chris Davis? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, the document came from, Bobby's right. The document came from Dylan's grand jury testimony, not the actual 911 call. That may not have been played for the grand jury, which is a good point, Bobby. But still, that's what Hitler said, based on what she said. So why was it in there twice, though, is what I'm saying. It's a little strange.
What's your phone number? And tell me exactly what's going on. One of the roommates is passed out, and she's drunk last night, and she's not waking up. Okay. Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah.
Right there. She's laughing. Like it's a joke or something. It's crazy. Thanks, Mikey. Guys, make sure that we drop Criminal's link in here again, please. And thank you. I appreciate that. I think they could be very concerned their friend isn't moving or waking up. And then a little bit later, they're very concerned because one of them has seen blood. They would have seen blood both times they did this. If they did this twice, Jeff, that's what I'm saying. Thanks, Mike. Right. EA is being referred to as female speaker by Hitler. Why? That's a good point, too. Take your time, hon. We'll be here for a while, a little bit longer. But that's a good point. Jesse316, welcome. If they just think she's passed out, why not just go check on her? Why are they so afraid? Why did they have to grab a knife? If she's just passed out, why so scared? Because they already know. I'm telling you, they already know. They already know what's going on at this point, and this whole thing is like a scripted act. It's ridiculous. Welcome, Canadian Cat Lady. Good to see you tonight. Hey, Dago, she says, I saw a man in their house How would she see someone in their house? She's repeating what Dylan told her to say over the phone. That's what that is. If they thought Dana was just unconscious, then why did Hunter J need to grab a knife? Bingo. 100% bingo. That's one of the biggest things in the world right there. All right, here we go. Hey, Misty Girl, good to see you tonight. Thank you for being here.
Hi, just are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop tossing it around. Can I just tell you out pretty much? What is going on currently? Is someone popped out right now? I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m. Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out.
But you don't really know. You don't really know. They were already up there once.
Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, let's you gotta go check. But we have to. She's not waking up. She's not waking up.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
There's the first radio traffic that shouldn't be being heard. Sorry.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Now I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, because there's no way the dispatch, they don't cross that way. It can't. Okay, so this is what I don't understand right here. That can't happen. Okay, it can't come through the dispatch radio over the phone. That's the problem. We're not going to hear the conversation that the dispatcher is having with the police officer through the dispatch call through the phone. That doesn't happen. You can have your opinions, Jeff. You're fine. Everybody else can't. Listen, guys, everybody has different opinions, and I know some people have certain stronger feelings. Let's agree to disagree, and we'll be good. Okay, that's all we got to do. No worries. Okay, you're okay, Alicia. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. There's no way that you're going to hear over the phone the dispatcher or the radio traffic through the dispatcher side of the call when she's talking to him. No, that's not possible. So there's a radio there that's being picked up through Dylan's phone. That's where we're hearing it from. It's coming from that side of things. How is that possible? That's the whole problem right there. Like I said, unless there's a base scanner or a portable handheld, that's the only way that makes any sense to me.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
What's that all about? Shut the F up. Why is he screaming at somebody? I don't understand that. Yeah, you would have to walk up on her, Craig. You'd have to maybe even touch her to some extent. I don't know how she was laying, other than if we're going with what Hitler wrote in his document, that her head was facing the wall and her feet were facing the door and she was on the floor. I don't know if she was face up or face down. My mods get along fine, Tracy. They don't have any issues at all. So I don't know what that means, but it's okay. Steve G made mention of blankets or things being hard to see because they were covered. I don't know what you mean by that, Jeff. I don't remember that either. I don't know what you mean, Jeff. I don't remember him saying that. Anything about blankets. That's clearly a radio. And Jeff, they don't have to all act and lie. That's the whole thing. There's pawns. These things, like I said before, I think there are pawns within this. One or two people may know something going on, and the rest of them don't have to know anything. They just react to the situation. There's definitely smell, Craig. You're not going to not smell anything. That's a fact. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know what you're saying, but there wouldn't have to be that many people to act out. Like I said, one person is all it takes. Everybody else just reacts the way they would react, and it plays into the whole situation per se.
Okay, and how old is he? She's 20. 20, you said?
Police radio again. That's 3 times we've heard police radio already, and still haven't heard. Still haven't heard her say that the police are here yet. So that's 3 radio calls. That doesn't make sense to me. Tomboy, I stopped it. I stopped it again. What do we got? You want me to play it back again?
Okay, and how old is he? She's 20. 20, you said? Yeah, she's 20 years old. Hello? Hello? Okay, I need someone to.
Okay, so this part really has me confused.
Hello? Hello? Okay, I need someone to.
Okay, so this part really has me confused. We are told that Dylan and Bethany called EA.
I don't know what you mean, Tomboy. 15 seconds. Timestamp. The radio calls? Oh, okay. Hang on. I'll do that. Got you, Kent. Well, there's a bunch more whispering right there, too, by the way. Hello?
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 What's up?
Okay, go back where you hear him say FTFU,
Say what?
where you hear him say shut the F up.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Go the other direction. Other direction.
It's coming up right here.
Okay. And then I'll tell you when to stop.
Did you see what the closed caption just said? Take the watch off. That's what's being whispered in the background.
No, he said the white car headed east.
What?
He said the white car headed east.
He just said go take the watch off.
No, that might be what closed captioning has said, but if you squish your headphones to your ears and play it again, he said the white car headed east.
I heard something. It sounded like go take the watch off, something, please.
Don't watch the words on the screen.
I'm not. What would that mean though at this point here? Even if it was that, let me do it again. That's not what I heard, but hold on. I heard go take this. I may not even watch, but go take this something off, please, is what I hear. Hang on. I hear somebody's background noise going on. Okay. All right, that's better. Hold on. Let me slow this down about right here, right now, and see what this says.
Yeah, maybe it did say take the watch off at least.
So it's either take the watch off him, please, or at least, or something like that. Which is still weird. Like, why? What the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? One more time. I'll play that. Go take the watch off of him, please. He said him. Go take the watch off of him, please. Just like that. Hold on. Maybe that was in reference to Ethan. Go take the watch off of him, please. Tell me you don't hear that. Did you hear it that time?
Yes.
Go take the watch off of him, please. There's your police radio again. And I'm going to tell you right now, that statement right there tells me that there was interaction with both, at least those two bodies. This is before they even called 911, you guys. That's crazy. Is she back in here yet, criminal? Did you hear that, hon? You heard it? Okay. See?
Right there. I swear he says, get out, get out. Xana's dead.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I think you're right. I heard Xana something. Apple Watch would detect time of death, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it should. Go take the watch off at least, please. Yep, that is exactly what it says. Wow. Interesting. Jennifer Meineke, good to see you. That's interesting as hell. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you right there too, Tomboy. One more time. And you hear the police radio, 46. That's
46
their,
en route.
Yep, that's their car call number. They shouldn't, because they have to have, from my understanding, Jeff, they have to have the call together so that they can hear the interaction between dispatcher and the victim. Or the caller, I'm sorry. I mean, after the fact they could, maybe. I don't know, for whatever their own purposes, but during the call, I don't think they would record them separately. It should all be recorded as a solid one track. That way they can get everything that's going on together on it. That's my understanding, but I might be wrong. Chris, it could be a Fitbit. I'm sure he says watch though, so I don't know if it's an Apple Watch or Fitbit or whatever it is.
Jeff, who and when did you hear Kaylee say anything?
Kaylee.
That's what Jeff just said.
No, you shouldn't hear Kaylee at all. Lewiston Tribune full 911 call in CapCut, noise reduction, and enhanced voice 75%. You did a great job, criminal, in my opinion. I love this. This is nothing against any other copies I've heard, but I've heard more in this call than hold on, Tom, than I've heard in any of these calls, criminals. So I'm just saying, that's all new stuff to me there. There's a lot of whispering, and I wish that closed caption would clearly pick it up. I wish it was more in tune with that. You know what I mean? No, I understand completely. I'm not real good with that kind of stuff, but that's I don't understand this whole thing. I don't understand this whole thing with the hearing the radio traffic. That's kind of weird. It's always bugged me from the first time I ever heard it. Yeah, that's true too. Don't worry about that. Would your dispatch connections look at this with pro equipment? I don't know, Ken. I don't know how to differentiate that. Like I said, when Outcast did this, he put it out and said there was a lot of noise that seemed to be added to it. And I'm telling you, the Channel 4 call that I pulled the first day they dropped, and we listened to it that night, didn't sound anything like this. It's nothing like this. You don't hear all this other stuff because there's this weird background noise. So Outcast played all these other 911 calls, and you don't hear any of that. None of it. So, again, James, good to see you tonight, sir. This is wacky, guys. I mean, they were supposedly best friends, from my understanding, Mountain Mama. Maybe that's why. That's a good point. But they still shouldn't have touched him at all. Yeah, we definitely appreciate your work, Criminal Confidential, very much so. Anybody that takes any time and puts any work into doing anything to try to figure out what the hell's going on here for the good, you're a hero to me. That's all I'm saying, because you're helping us to understand something more that we just don't understand. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, guys, is trying to bring truth to this to get real justice for it. That's all. I think one of the kids may have had a scanner on them, but the question is why? Well, see, I asked that, and I said that before, Jennifer. This is a party house, okay? Big time party house. Is it possible that they carried a scanner so that they could hear if and when police were coming to the parties? Did they have a base scanner, which is just a little base unit that sits on a table somewhere in the house? That's possible. And that's what I said. I said, maybe that's what it is. Because how many times did we see body cam footage of police going to this house? Well, what better way to alert yourselves that cops are coming than to have a scanner laying around? You can hear the address coming through that they're responding to. So that was maybe my answer to this scenario. That's why we can hear that in the background, that somebody either has one of those little, they look like a little flat top. That's the kind I had, or they have the one that looks like a handheld radio. That's a scanner you can listen to in the background. Or somebody else has it. There's apps that you can have on your phone. If there's somebody else standing around them that has the app on the phone and they're listening to hear if they're coming, that could be that too. Criminal says she's been pointing out the big antenna on top of the pole in the backyard. Maybe it's a scanner or something. I mean, typically those antennas are for like those big antennas like that, or like ham radio, or like a large radio system. So maybe that's a good point. Or somebody around that area has something like a CB radio or something. Yeah, that's what. But you're not going to hear radio traffic via 911 because they use CAD systems now. They're not in the old stuff. You know what I mean?
With Moscow being Moscow, would it be unheard of to have a ham radio operator somewhere up there? No.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jennifer's right. Like, I can pull up right now on my phone and a police scanner radio that I have, an app in there that I have for, like, if I'm out on the road or something, so I can see and hear what's going on. If I see an accident, I can pick it up, you know, because I'm one of those people that, because I'm retired from it, I like to stop and help if I can, and things like that. So I don't know, you know, it could be that one of the people that was standing there had their app on their phone listening to see if who's coming or not coming. That could be why we're hearing that radio traffic, because it clearly sounds the same way. I screen recorded, then recorded, and then uploaded in a new project, then extracted the audio. Shh, don't tell no one. That's funny. Do you know the timestamp of where you're hearing the take? Yeah, hold on. 1 minute here. $2:34. Between 2:33 and 2:35, Jeff, you'll hear it. Okay. It says, well, I'll play it again for you guys if you want to hear it. Hold on. And that even shows up in the closed caption too. So that's kind of interesting to me. Go take the watch off of him, please. That's what I'm hearing. Go take the watch off of him, please. Maybe it is a gift between the two of them. You know what I mean? Or something like that. That would make some sense. And play it again a little slower. But take the watch off of him, please. That's what I'm hearing. Like, clearly, that's what I'm hearing. Well, let's see. Is that possible that Hunter Chapin was there at that point? I don't know, but we're not told that. But is it possible? Anything is possible, you guys. We know that. That's my pro equipment call. Yeah. Maybe I can try to talk to somebody and see if I can. I do have one friend, my buddy Jeff. He's a cop. He might be able to. I'll see what I can do. Maybe. I don't like to take advantage of those situations, but then my other buddy Jeff, who's a musician, he has. I know a lot of people named. My son-in-law's name's Jeff too. And we have Jeff in here. It's a popular name, I guess. He has recording because he's a musician and he records stuff. I don't know if that would make a difference, but I can talk to my police officer friend and see what happens. All right, on we go. Should probably speed it up first. Hold on. I don't know why I keep muting. I'm so used to that. And there's a whole bunch more whisper in there too. In 2020, the director of Whitcomb 911 resigned. Roger Lanier was named interim director. Well, Roger Lanier is he was the first officer to speak at the first press conference before Chief Fry ever spoke. So that was it Captain?
It was Chief. Yeah.
Captain Lanier, and then he retired shortly after that. So yeah, okay.
Okay, how old is he? 20. 20, you said?
There it is again. See, you shouldn't be hearing that. That's got to be somebody standing, but it sounds so loud. Like it's got to be somebody standing like right there with a scanner in their hand. Truly. So who went in and took the watch off Hunter? Told all the girls to go back outside because he's the one that said good. I don't know. That's a good question, Jen. Who was in there when that happened? Because according to the document, they all went back downstairs, right or wrong, Tomboy. He and then said he followed shortly thereafter. Was there somebody else in there with him that wasn't in that document? That's what I'm saying. We don't know exactly who was all there. That's wild.
Hello? Hello? Okay, I need someone to...
Okay, so this part really has me confused. We are told that Dylan and Bethany called EA, Emily. Emily and Hunter came over. They walked up the stairs. Hunter went to the kitchen to get a knife. And then Dylan sees Xana again and started bawling, okay? Hunter tells them, get out. And then they call 911, right? But how are we hearing him say get out on the 911 call if the 911 call was made after the discovery was made? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand. And I always thought it was weird that we were told specifically over and over again that the 911 call was made from inside the house. right? From inside. But if Hunter saw what he saw and then told everyone to get out, they went outside, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's where he said get out, was get out of the house. So why did they say the 911 call was from inside the house? You get what I'm saying? I'm just really confused. Is it just me? What am I missing here?
Stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Hey, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
See, I have an issue with Hunter on this 911 call because he allegedly is the one that first saw Xana's body laying there, and he protected the unharmed roommates from seeing, what happened and seeing the horror that happened. And he was broken, blah, 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 whatever Steve said. If that's the case, why does Hunter get on the phone all nonchalant, like, oh, I don't know. They just gave me the phone. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's going on, huh? I don't know. Like, I know nothing. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Why isn't he like, hey, listen, we need help right away. One of our friends is unconscious, et cetera, et cetera. Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So, hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
So stop with your hand off. She talked to them, say, I can't talk to them, I need you to talk to them.
Hello. Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Okay.
Not sorry, not taking time necessarily, but if Emily was called at 11:58, 911 call was at 11:55:49, or maybe it's 11:55:42. That's not much time. It's really not. It's literally not like the full 6 minutes per se. That's kind of wild.
If you go back to where Hunter basically said they just handed me the phone,
Mm-hmm.
you hear another voice in the background. Tell me that don't sound like Chief Fry.
Okay.
She talked to them, say, I can't talk.
Okay.
So stop with your hand off.
Like, I know nothing. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Why isn't he like, hey, listen, we need help right away. One of our friends is unconscious, et cetera, et cetera. Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So, hello?
Right there.
No, keep playing it.
Okay. Welcome, Christina. I really like your style. I'm glad to see all you true crime YouTubers pull together, help here. Oh, absolutely. And we're glad to have you here, Christina. Thank you so much for joining us.
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
So stop with your hand.
Right there. I heard that. Hold on.
Yeah, right there.
Et cetera, et cetera. Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So, hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
So stop with your hand off.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I can see why you're saying that. I don't know what that is though. I don't know. Interesting.
I'm getting. Why isn't he like unconscious, et cetera, et cetera? Where's the urgency here?
Sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
So, hello?
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
So stop with your hand off.
Yeah, that's definitely weird. I hear something back there for sure. Interesting.
It just sounded like Chief Fry, like one of his
Yeah.
press conferences.
Yeah, he's good. That definitely does. That's interesting. But he's not there. Supposedly he's on a hunting trip, remember? So
Did I say? I can't talk to him. I need you to talk to me.
Hello. Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Say that again. Get the police here right now. Okay. Say that again. Get the police here right now.
Yeah, that was a female voice. Says they're dead. Like real quick. I heard that clearly that time.
You have it. Say that again. Get the police here right now. Okay. Is there the defibrillator available? Send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it. You don't have it. That's a yes. Did you have a defibrillator? Yes, you have one. Are you talking to the officer? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let you go so she's there with you and can help you. Okay, thank you. Fine. Okay.
11:59 a.m. 49.
Now that part right there is weird. I agree, because I know for a fact, we know the three first responding officers were Gunderson, Smith, and Nunez. Unless she just misspoke because of the situation. I don't know, but saying she, there is no she. So I don't know where the hell that came from. That's wild. No, Walt. It just sounds like him in the background. It's not. We know he wasn't there.
9 seconds. November 13, 2022.
Either they're really stupid, like too stupid to breathe unaided, or they're liars. They're truly dishonest. They're hiding the obvious from you.
It's a great job, Confidential. Great job. I appreciate that very much. And again, guys, hold on a minute here. Very interesting. I got more out of that than I've gotten out of any of the calls we've heard, Tomboy. What do you think? Stuff I wasn't even trying to hear that time.
Oh yeah, when I was listening to it last night, Candy's trying to talk to me, and I'm literally shushing her with my hand, going.
Right, and now that I found the cord, this thing, I lost this, and I got to be able to use these. I heard so much more.
Yeah.
Again, guys, there's the link for Criminal Confidential channel. Please, if you will, head over there. Like that video for sure. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. She obviously puts in the work, and give her some credit where credit's due, support and love for everything she's doing. Well, like I said, all of these specific channels we can work together like this to try to figure all this out, because it's driving us all insane. It really is, in my opinion. So it's a good thing to see there's people out here trying to do these things for the good of it, to try to come with some truth and get some answers out of this. That's what it's all about. So amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. Well, guys, we're in the late part of this. I've already been yelled at twice, so I think I'm gonna have to bring this to a close. Well, I didn't get as much out of that. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you, was that one, at least that one, after I went through all those. And they weren't breaking down the way I wanted them to. So here it is, I think right here. This one post was written by Jack Showalter. Yep, this is the one here. Okay. This was interesting to me as hell. Okay, and I want this, before we leave, I want this to be seen and heard. I know what you're saying, Heather. It's hilarious. All right. Hold on. It's probably not going to blow up, so I'm going to read this to you. The date on this is Friday, January 6th of 2023. So just a couple months after, right? Can you hear me okay, Tomboy? Is it I'm coming through clear?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. So That's a good point. Something triggered Bethany to finally call 911. I wonder what. And I got to wonder too, was she finally questioning? Because I still don't think she knew everything the way that, I don't know. I have questions about that. That's a great question, though, Confidential. What was it that triggered her? I'm about to have you join me one night on here when we do this up here. What'd you say? I'm really thinking CapCut's adding AI voice in the original. It doesn't do that, Jeff, unless you make that happen. Come on. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that's the best bet is to hear the 911 call through the trial again, and then we'll know exactly, in my opinion, too. But still. All right, so right here, guys, January 6th, 2023. This is Jack Showalter, the one that walked them from the bar to the grub truck and then left from there, okay? What's quads, sir? I don't think I should say much else since y'all gave me a name and all. And I thought maybe it was safe. I'm also a little loose. Bourbon, meaning he's a little buzzed. Somebody else responds, man, F off. Those were my good friends. And I swear to God, if I had it. Oh, yeah. That's him. I'm sorry. The other person was the opposite. I had him backwards. My apologies. Man, F off. Those are my good friends. And I swear to God, if I had to do it over again, I'd go to that house and cuss them out for ditching me. And then I should have walked in before, dude. And I'd went ape shit on that pussy. But he ain't that pussy who done it. This is where it goes interesting to me. If you mean the guy they're saying done it was at the food truck, you're wrong. He couldn't have been because I was there, and also because I think the dude was doing a delivery job. Now listen close to this part, okay? I think the dude was doing a delivery job, and they got him instead by accident, or maybe not by accident if he done it. He had the help of a woman, is all I'm going to say. Ain't no way it was done alone. And then there's a response that's not stated there. Then he says, Murphy is my dude. Jack and Kaylee, or KK, brung him out to the farm a couple times. I have healers. Australian Shepherds. Murphy is a pup. All he can do is bark. And then somebody said, then it says, I really go by John. His real name is John Jack Showalter. But I'd rather not say nothing with that name. Ain't nobody gonna think it's me anyway. Hell. I've watched long enough to see how this works now. It might get screenshot, but by tomorrow, ain't nobody gonna care anyway. No one will probably believe it anyway, but that's fine by me. I was trying to look after the girls that night and was supposed to give them a ride home. They ditched me and took off while I was talking to that bigger guy, and they're talking about Joe Vito at the grub truck. Can't remember his name. Anyway, the guy told me that the girls were leaving, and that's why I was like, what the fuck? Because I was supposed to take them home. Man, if they had just let me take them home, they would effing be alive. Do you guys understand? I didn't go to Boise or Africa. I went home and went to sleep. Was woke up on Sunday to phone calls telling me what the fuck happened. Shit kills me to know that. No, if they would have waited on me, they would probably be alive right now. I hate myself for it. So I got a couple things to say. Y'all are supposed to be smart. Please figure it out. I've had a couple to drink. Ain't no kid. Okay, here it is. Ain't no way a K-bar could do what got done to my friends. More than one person, too. The law got it wrong, or got the wrong driver on purpose. Where you think a sheath like that could come from? Then it says major pain, and then underneath it says showtime. Hey, Cal. Good to see you tonight, hon. That is quite interesting. This is from January 6th of 2023, so just a couple months after. Ain't no way a K-bar could do what got done to my friends. More than one person, too. The law got the wrong driver on purpose. You hear that part right there. The law got the wrong driver on purpose. Where do you think a sheets like that could come from anyway? Major pain. And then up before that, it says, where he says that you're all supposed to be smart. Please figure it out. I got a couple to drink anyway. Talking about they had help from a female or a woman. Where the hell did it go? I just read it to you guys. Is it up top? Maybe that's why. Okay, yeah, up here. He could have been if there was a dose, because I think the dude was doing a delivery and they got him instead by accident. Maybe not by accident. He had the help of a woman, is all I'm going to say. Ain't no way it was done alone. Any thoughts on that, Tomboy? Other than I told you so? This is Jack Showalter that said this, Denise. Are you still here, Tomboy?
I was away from my keyboard.
Okay.
But-
any thoughts on what I just read?
No, but you should have heard me last night when you were reading this. I was like, I told him.
I knew you were going to say that, but yeah, I mean, that's what they're saying, Kent, and it's crazy the way he said that. Because this was said January of 23, and where are we at right now with this? This is why I wanted to look at this, because here we are. Allegedly, exactly, sweet and salty. I'm just saying, guys, something this here, the thing that's sticking in my head the most is they got the wrong driver on purpose. They got the wrong driver on purpose. What does that mean, do you think, Tomboy? EB or DM?
The wrong car.
Wrong driver, wrong car. Does that in relation to DoorDash? Maybe, I don't know, but
Or Bonnie and Clyde.
yeah, right.
She had a white car.
Mm-hmm. That's what Moonlit just said. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that get your brain twisted up. You know what I'm saying? And he was with him that night. He's not in Africa, Walt. We know that. He never was.
Yeah. You think he's not back in Idaho now? Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure his whole family, they're big time people there. The whole family is. So yes, he is. In fact, that was the whole conversation that he was talking about. He was supposed to take them home, right? My understanding is that Jack DeCour asked him to keep an eye on them because they had been drinking, as you know, a friend. Can you walk them home? Sorry about the ice. Sorry. It's ice, guys. I always eat ice. But yeah, the driver who drove them home, they got the wrong driver. It could be that too. Jonna Nene, welcome, by the way.
Wait, is he saying that maybe the wrong driver picked him up?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting too, isn't it?
See, and I don't. If you
They
look
got the wrong driver on purpose.
If you look at the car in the reflection from the grub truck, it is a darker car.
Yeah. And I see, that's what I'm saying. It's great to see you tonight, Kel. They got the wrong driver on purpose. That I don't know, Michelle. I don't know. That's interesting, though. I see that's stuck in my head now. Still going over 300 pages. Oh, I know, Miss Girl. There's a lot. There's so much. I just touched on just like a dent, a tiny little dent tonight. If you can get past all the racial, ignorant comments and all that, there is some interesting info. And this relates to me in the effect that I was told, well, that it was told to us by more than one person, two, to be honest with you, that a lot of people knew about this. Kim, as much as people couldn't stand her, told us early on with this and many interviews that she did and private conversations over the phone that all the kids on campus and around this knew about this. And at some point it was talked about that it was known that it was going to happen beforehand. And Dave himself said everybody knew about this too. Two different people that don't know each other saying the same thing. Come on. I think she was too, Bobby. She seemed to be okay, especially considering that she fought back, and I know she did. These things are gonna eat me alive, like trying to figure these out. And there's more good stuff in that 4chan. Mr. Girl, do me a favor if you find anything, because I just can't. It's hard for me to go through it all. If you come upon anything of real substance, like please email it to me and show it to me and let me know. Kim said that people came to the Boise or to the between 8 and 10. Dylan had no phone activity around that same time frame. Right. Kim told me that they had first heard about this at 8:30. That was the earliest, 8:30 a.m.
Well, there's more than the supposedly 4 people there.
Yes, absolutely. And then I believe Hunter and Maisie showed up too. So still, just saying, guys, there's something here to this, that what he's saying here. And then I think, was there another one here? Hold on. That's not it, because there's so much vulgarity throughout this stuff. It's crazy to me. Oh, good Lord. Never seen that before. Hang on here. These 4chan archives are like, they go deep. There's so many of them. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna have to kill it for tonight. I'm gonna go back into this and probably work with some of my mods at some point when we're in our Discord, going through some of these too to see what we find. But I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. I really do. And that call was amazing, Criminal. I appreciate everything you did with that. I didn't expect to look through that tonight, but that was awesome. Bring some more things to the surface and definitely some more to talk about for sure. You did an amazing job. Anything to add, Tomboy, before we get out of here tonight?
No, sir.
No, go ahead. Send it to me, Jesse. Please do. I'll look at everything and anything. I promise you that. No worries. Send it to me. I would love to see it. All right, guys, that'll do it then. I love Don't Dive too. I miss her. I haven't seen her in a long time. She's awesome. The Raging Cajun, I call her. Oh, anytime whatsoever. If there's anything I can do to help you, you know where I'm at. Let me know. And again, I'd love to have you join me one night if you're interested, for sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on some things. Could one of the mods put my email in chat real quick, guys, please, and thank you. Yes, great job. We'll call you CC. It's easier. Amazing stuff. And everybody, please make sure to jump over, subscribe, and hit the bell for Criminal Confidential. Hit the like button on that video specifically, please, but everything else as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. God bless. I appreciate you all so very much. It's okay, cat lady. I see you. I see you. Guys, don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change a thing. You guys are the beautiful people. And don't forget, folks, if you don't trust yourself, well, who can you trust? Have a great night, folks. Much love. We'll see you soon. Good night. God bless.
Bye, y'all.
Typing at the speed of light, hunting down the shadows, bringing wrongs to right, digging deep in the data, facts sharp as a knife. With every single story, he's fighting for a life. A voice for the voiceless, he won't stay quiet. Daniel's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. Streaming loud and clear, cracking cases, open hearts filled with fear. These channels are beacon in a world gone wrong. He guides us through the chaos, a soldier so strong. The clicks and the lights, they follow his lead. With every new case, he plants a new seed. Sharing their stories, giving hope where it fades. Daniel's a warrior through the trials he waits. In a world of silence, he shouts out their names. Daniel's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. From the shadows you rise, are streaming loud and clear. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. Truth out, answering the call. For every soul forgotten, he's here to stand tall. Daniel the genuine, will always give it his all. Daniel's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the